Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, but Washington released the veteran QB anyway. Ron Rivera addressed the issue yesterday, admitting, quote, "I don't disagree with a lot of things that he said. I was scared to death. It was always in the back of my head that what if he gets hurt again? I'm going to be the guy that put him back on the field and let him get hurt again." So, Shannon, are you buying his explanation?
Absolutely. Skip, we came out here and said, I said, Skip, every time he drops back the pass, I hold my breath.
Yep.
So imagine what the guy that's there, and he would. They was like, I can't believe Ron Rivera. If something would have happened to Alex Smith, people going to say, I cannot believe Ron Rivera put him back in the game knowing the injury that he had suffered. Alex Smith, while Alex Smith is talking, the Washington football team kept him on salary, allowed him to train at the facility, but he forgot that. If they didn't want you there...
When he was saying they didn't want me.
Skip, they paid him $20+ million to rehab.
Yep. You're talking about the GQ quotes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Did he forget that?
Apparently.
Apparently he did. That the year and a half that he was away from the game of football, they still paid him. He still collected checks. Yes, they feared for his safety. And Ron Rivera was well within his right, because a lot of times coaches look at these players as they're my son. Man, if something happened to this kid, man, damn, that's on my head. It just also goes to show you that even though Ron Rivera was so fearful to put this man in the game, it shows you how even little trust he had in Dwayne Haskins. That even though he was that afraid, he says, this guy can't play at all. And I'm with it. Skip, you saw the big old bandage the man had on his leg. He going out there with that. So I'm lockstep and barrel. They can criticize Ron Rivera all they want to, but I'm with him step for step on this one. I was fearful, and I came out here and said it every time. I hold my breath when he drops back to pass the ball.
Okay. For the record, quickly, I did tell you no on Dwayne Haskins before he was drafted.
Yeah.
Okay, back to Ron Rivera. By all accounts, everybody I've ever talked to about him, he's a good man with a good heart.
Yes.
Alex Smith is also a good man with a huge heart. And what he pulled off was a miraculous comeback that took all-time perseverance and willpower to fight through that. He almost lost his leg, honestly. To come all the way back was, it took a minor miracle, if not a major one, right? So now it comes down to Ron Rivera, and he said, he read everything in the GQ story, and he said, I'm going to co-sign all of that. That's true. They did not want him out there. But then the point becomes, you didn't want him out there because of what? Well, for two reasons you didn't want him out there. One, you don't want to be the guy who's responsible.
Yes.
But number two, I think they thought there's no way you can come all the way back from that to be a high-caliber quarterback. And he was never a great quarterback. He was a good one.
He was a very good quarterback.
Right? But there was a reason that Andy Reid said, no, I got to go get that kid at Texas Tech. I got to trade up for him. And the rest is Super Bowl history.
Every place he's been, he's gotten replaced.
Okay.
Colin Kaepernick replaced him at the 49ers. Patrick Mahomes.
So what's the harsh truth about what Alex Smith did on the football field when he played for Washington last year? He had 6 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. His overall QBR was 35. And, you know, on a scale of 0 to 100, that's terrible. It's terrible.
Yes.
Okay, so he was basically terrible. So Ron Rivera's not in the business of helping Alex Smith win Comeback Player of the Year, because it doesn't help him win playoff games.
Skip, the NFL is not the sympathy business.
No, it's...
Oh, this is so great, so let's just put him out there because he's overcome all this. That's not how it works. Pro football is about winning and losing. Skip, and guess what happens? Alex Smith gets hurt. Everybody gonna say, Ron Rivera, why would you put that man in there knowing what he had gone through? But the player wanted to play. Well, you're supposed to protect the player from himself. Nobody looks at it like that. But Alex Smith is pretending like, Skip, he threw 15 touchdowns with 2 interceptions, that he was just lighting it up. Alex, you were not very good. It was a great story that you came back. But let's be all the way 100. We got to stop this notion. Because he came back and overcame something, he played well. The story was that he overcame that to play at all. Not that he overcame that and played well. No, I'm not going to let you do that, Alex Smith, with this GQ article. And Ron Rivera was well within his right because he didn't want that on his resume. He put the guy out there that it would have really ended his career.
Okay.
But we're going to find out how many teams line up to sign Alex Smith moving forward.
I thought of that last night because I'm not sure about that one.
So we're going to see.
Yeah, we're going to see. The best point you made, maybe the best point you've made in weeks on this show, was he got paid. He actually got paid.
They paid him $20+ million to rehab.
Way to go.
Okay.
Okay.
And he gonna tell me they didn't want Alex. If they didn't want you around, they would have cut you. Normally, when you see what they did, the Kansas City Chiefs, they just cut Eric Fisher, who's coming off Achilles injury. They cut Mitchell Schwartz, who came off back surgery. Ooh. That's when you know they don't want you around, Alex.
Ooh. Yep.
All right, guys. Well, some good points there. Shannon, listen up here. Ray Allen was trending last night for saving.
What did he do? What did he do? What did he do?
Legacy. I can't wait to hear.
He did it.
He did it.
He did it.
Stay with us next.
No mercy, no mercy.